Originally, we were doing this to film something for Outdoor Chef Life, which is our main channel, but Taco forgot a SIM card, and then the other camera, our backup camera, was having problems, and then our other camera, he didn't bring enough batteries, so it was just kind of, we didn't film enough for that. But it was still such a cool experience, and I'm sure most people, when they think of Mexico, aren't thinking of mushrooms, but it actually rains quite a bit in a lot of parts of Mexico during the rainy season, which we are just at the very end of. And one of the reasons that we signed up for this tour is because you can't actually go into the forest as a foreigner and take these mushrooms. You have to hire a guide. That is required.
Oh yeah, chanterelle.
Así es, este sí es comestible. Si se da cuenta, este es amarillo por lo mismo que no ha llovido, como tostado.
Yeah, it's dry, it's crunchy.
Ajá, yeah. Le digo que están así por el sol.
Sí.
Por eso es que forma ese color.
That's it, the pozo. That's the drink. That's the one for drinking. Oh, I'm so happy he found a fresh one.
De hecho, aquí me contaba mi abuela y las personas antes que esto lo ocupaban como para beber, porque muchas de las veces cuando viajaban muy lejos no había agua cerca o no había ríos, entonces lo que ellos buscaban eran estos honguitos, debido a que guardaban una pequeña cantidad de agua dentro de ellos, pero sabían que estaba limpia.
I'm Andrea from Mezcal, and this is our good friend Lalo. He's one of the most professional guys you're going to find around, and he's only 16 years old. So we're doing traditional cooking classes with his family in his beautiful comedor here in Ixtepeji in Oaxaca, Mexico. And we get to do a beautiful walk through the woods guided by Lalo, learning how to identify different mushrooms, what's edible, what's poisonous, what are important to the ecosystem of the region, and then we get to come back here and cook them up. So you can find us at Mezcouting on Instagram or mezcouting.com.
Y pues les hago una invitación a todas las personas que quieran tener un recorrido dentro del bosque para enseñarles un poco de la fauna y flora que existe en este lugar tan hermoso, para que también me ayuden a seguir preservando estos lugares y seguir teniendo una fuente de empleo, no talando, no haciendo cosas malas en el bosque, sino que ayudando a preservarlo.
We spend the rest of the day mushroom foraging. Since there hasn't been much rain, we don't really find a whole lot of edible mushrooms, but we do find a good variety, including the very cool cordyceps. Cordyceps are known as the mushroom zombie since the spores take control of the mind and motor functions of their host. Don't worry, humans are immune, it's just insects. Then we headed over to Lalo's mom's restaurant to learn to cook some delicious meals.
So we're just going to devein and de-seed. You can leave in seeds if you want it to be spicier.
Mm-hmm.
But the idea of this type of mole is not for it to be spicy.
Oh really?
So most moles in the States, I find, they're either too sweet or too spicy. And in Oaxaca, the goal is to have a balance of all the ingredients. You would never really want to taste chocolate. You would never really want to taste chili or anything.
Okay.
So that's why here, even in the spicier moles like the black mole and the red mole, they take out all the seeds.
Yeah.
And then they toast the seeds separately, and that helps get out some of the spice but keep the flavor. Doing a half an onion. I'm going to send you like a little recipe.
Yeah.
Half an onion and some garlic, and the garlic's going to be in the skin. It's really hot. It's like 1,000 degrees Celsius. You might not want your coat.
Yeah. How hot is that?
It's pretty hot.
That's really hot.
Pizza in there.
Oh yeah.
¿Y cuántos
that
tipos
in
de
there.
chiles pone? Ese ya los chiles quedaron, ¿ya?
Ah, it smells so good.
¿Hacer mole?
Oh yeah, that's nice.
¿Cómo a qué edad empezó a ayudar?
Oregano powder.
So this is a different type of oregano. It's also known as Mexican oregano.
Yeah.
It's more closely related to marjoram. It's a bit sweeter.
Oh.
And then we have what we call fat pepper, aka allspice.
Oh,
¿Cuánto
okay.
de? Dos. Just two. Now here's where the recipe is different from house to house. Some people don't put any spices in it. Some people only put, the only spice they would put is hoja santa. ¿Y esa qué es?
Este es clavo.
Okay, clavo. And this is ground clove. So some people would say this is like sacrilege to put in clove and allspice and all that.
mole?
Okay. Just gonna just blend it up. And some people would only use hoja santa. It's very slight. So in the States, or anywhere else that's not in Mexico, you could literally put like a pinch of anise because it's super, super light. Like 3 leaves will just give us a really small touch.
And the hoja santa we just picked goes in there into the beef broth.
So this is just, so these are all the spices and chilies. She ground it. Now she's straining it. Not spicy. Just super flavorful.
Yeah.
Toasty.
Yeah.
Qué rico quedó, eh?
That is yum.
Ya
It's
lo
not
probaste?
spicy at all.
Okay.
It's just
So now
this
I'm gonna add this to the
nice
broth.
smoky flavor.
And now this is corn broth. I mean, so it's the corn dough, just with a bit of water. Then she
Oh.
blended up. And then she just ground it up until it's milky. And the purpose of this is a thickener.
Yeah.
So if you don't have corn dough, some people use bread. That's more for fancy moles.
Yeah.
But you can also use like pepitas. So you use pumpkin seeds and blend it up and make a thickener with it. So there's all kinds of different things you can do with it. Since this is so hot, this will be ready in like a second. Because all she wants to do is see that it thickens.
That looks so good already.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah.
So
It's hot near the stove.
Yeah.
Yum.
¿Más sal o...?
do you think it needs more salt?
It's good.
¿Y ese es de su milpa? Oh, it's their corn.
Oh,
¿Y
Es
cuánto?
criollito.
Okay, so the word criollito Oaxaca is hilarious to me because it can mean heirloom corn, it can mean a mutt dog, it can mean a lime tree in your backyard, it can mean organic, it can mean like all these different things, but it mostly means like from here.
Yeah.
So for her, it's really important that the corn be criollito. Oh, okay. Do you guys eat blood sausage?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is chorizo, blood sausage, and just regular old mushrooms.
Oh.
And then with their little sad chanterelles, I think we should put them on a memela.
Okay.
Have you had memelas before?
We actually have not had them.
Okay, they're very similar to like sopes, huaraches.
Yeah.
So she was making them before, so they're about tortillas this big to sometimes they're like this big. If you want to try it, I recommend it. It's
Just,
white corn, just the
yeah.
dough.
The dough.
It's white corn. So here, when they grow their corn all year, they store it dry. Tiene maíz.
Yeah, it does taste very different.
Yeah, so
Oh,
the
does it?
reason is
Yeah.
it's white corn, but it looks yellow. And the reason is she's put a little bit more calcium hydroxide than there really needs to be. So when you have dry corn, the pre-Hispanic process of like rehydrating it and making it digestible, it's called nixtamalization, right? So they cover the dry corn in water and then they add calcium hydroxide or lime in English or cal in Spanish. Or you can use ash. There's like all different techniques that people have, usually depending on the dish that you make. For example, when it's like a drinking corn, they'll usually use ash. When it's something like a corn dough, they're going to use the calcium hydroxide. So she says she puts a bit extra and it acts as a preservative. So since they don't have a fridge here, esa le dura entonces todo el día sin poner en el refri.
Sí.
Hasta mañana dura.
Hasta mañana.
So from today to tomorrow. So that's her technique because it's cold here.
Yeah.
It will last if you just put a little bit of extra calcium hydroxide. So that's why it has a yellow color to it. It's a base, so it's having like a chemical reaction to the corn, basically. So she asked me something interesting, which was, do you want some maseca, the corn flour in it,
Yeah.
which has preservatives, but they know that it helps the tortilla fluff. I said, no, we don't need it. But it's interesting to me how protective and committed to growing the heirloom corn people are, but then they're like adding a little bit of like the shittiest corn flour you can imagine. But we're gonna make, since you guys already know how to make tortillas, we're gonna make a soft tortilla.
Okay.
We're gonna make a tostada, and we're gonna make a tlayuda. So
Nice.
tlayuda actually means neither soft nor hard. So a lot of the guys that make mezcal, they call them tlayudos because they're like super buff arms with a belly. It's a beer belly. It's really a bread belly here. It's really never beer, which is different than regular lard. And that it's
okay.
what sits to the bottom of the pan. So it has little bits of like crackling, little bits of pork in it. She cooked this with lard, and this is the asiento. See how concentrated it is?
Yeah.
So this is the true like flavor. And this is what you're gonna find in Memelas, in Tlayudas, all over Oaxaca.
Mm.
Also their beans.
Oh, they grow their own?
Yeah.
Quesillo, queso. Quesillo.
Is made much in the way of mozzarella,
Oh,
where you
okay.
heat it up,
Yeah.
and it separates the curd in the way with the cow rennet.
Mm.
Quesillo so much better over here. The American one is
Super fresh. There's no
Yeah.
preservatives, so it only lasts about 2 days.
Oh, wow. Mm.
So when you go buy at the supermarket, it definitely has preservatives, but most of the cheese in the markets and stuff, it doesn't last more than 2 days.
Whatever is left of our chanterelles, little bits. Mm. All right, and then we heat it up again over here.
Si así para que ya no lo vamos a traer cuando venga.
There you go.
Que me traiga otra leña.
We got our memelas here with the chanterelles. Oh, there goes bomb. That's really good. Okay, I just tried the salsa verde side. Mmm, that rojo is really good.
it's a chile guajillo, I think. Is it my turn?
Delicious. Mm-hmm.
Mi mamá mucho cocina con eso.
Tiene una tía en Michoacán.
Oh, that
que
salsa
se
is really
dedicaba
good.
a hacer-
The red
It's
one's
so
really good.
good. The quesillo is also amazing.
Yeah, the quesillo is really good here.
There's so much
Y como
flavor.
aquí, y si lo
It's such a
checo,
big
¿cómo
difference
sé
when you have
que
it here
es tiempo
versus
de
in the
darle la
US.
vuelta?
Here we go. We're gonna make a big one.
Eso, muy bien. So now you're gonna spin it a little bit. Yep. And do it again. Yeah. She's very impressed.
Muy bien.
Muy bien.
Sí.
Gracias.
And I always say, because I always break them, it's just dough, so you can always roll it back into a ball. See?
There we go.
That's pretty good.
Almost.
The
Yeah.
perfect motion though, because most people want to go like this,
Yeah.
like your arm movement was.
Oh yeah,
perfect.
watch her
Check it out.
roll
Yeah.
it.
It's funny well, in Mexico, it's like whatever form we can do tortillas and
Yeah.
cheese and eggs, basically, is like
Yeah.
we're gonna do it. Probably corn until I have chocolate, but then, like they're.
Yeah, it's so good. Love it.
I made mine 3 different flavors in one. It's not normally how it is, but
You just got a avocado chunk side.
I was given a lot of options and they all sounded good.
So this has corn, oatmeal, and brown sugar.
Oh, this one's so yummy.
They didn't
this
just
is
water,
atole.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes.
In the US, they have a lot with milk.
Mostly milk.
I prefer it with water though. Same
Me
thing
too.
with hot chocolate.
Same too.
Because milk is too rich.
Yeah, milk just makes me want to go to sleep. Hot milk. Muchas gracias. Mira los honguitos chiquitos. Mira este.
That's yummy. It has like a smokiness to it.
Yeah, really smoky.
No.
Because it's all those chilies, all those smoky charred chilies and garlic and
Dice
onions,
Lalo que es
all charred off.
bioluminescente. En la noche se ve
That's why I really want one of those.
como.
The comal,
Yeah.
the cooking,
The cooking oven.
the cooking.
And I highly, highly recommend booking a tour through Mezcal because they are all about promoting rural and sustainable tourism. And they actually give back quite a bit to the community. And of course, they are hiring locally and sourcing locally. So you guys could check them out. We'll link them down below. And thank you so much for watching. We'll see you guys next time.